How sweet it is. I forgot it's Thursday. To be loved by you nerds, what is up? It's me, your buddy pal HeyArcher. Welcome back to HeyArcher Live here on Nerd Affiliated. Yeah, I didn't even know what day it was multiple times this week, but it's Thursday, and I was like, why are we not doing a live? So we are doing a live. This is your outside holiday season weekly Thursday night nerdy talk show where we sit back and relax. I said we sit back and relax. Not only do we talk nerd shop, but hopefully by now you've poured yourself a little bit of,
more specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
As we cruise into the weekend. And maybe you've had holiday break, maybe you haven't, but either way, I hope you were able to at least sit back and chill for a little bit. But we have the one and only Rambling Nerd, Anthony, joining us today. So we can recap not just the year that just passed, but maybe some upcoming things we're excited for. But of course, if you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, vlog, OnlyFans, newsletter, or smoke signals, whatever it may be, put it in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shits. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be very 3D printer heavy this episode. Just taking a guess, taking a shot in the dark. But hopefully we can get Anthony's picks for some of his favorite things of last year as well. Stranger Things just wrapped up completely, so I think we'll do spoiler free on that, even though the internet's trying to spoil it for you. We'll try our best. Maybe that'll be a little bit later in the episode, but to be a good time, if you guys have topics you want us to talk about, of course let us know. But without further ado, we'll bring in the man, the myth, the legend. I had his picture here, and now his picture is not here anymore. Let me see if we can find it and turn it back on. Now it's over. Now it's here. It wasn't there before. Anthony, how you doing,
It
sir?
wouldn't be a show without the issues, would it?
Could have been on time. I could have been on time today, but it was the issues.
Well, to be honest with you, I too was like, when you said earlier, oh, I'm going live, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why the hell is he going live? It's Saturday. So, yeah.
That's where we are. That's where we are in the world. I don't even know where the chat is. Where'd the chat go? On my face.
Charged extra for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's on the Only Nerds.
Yeah.
I'm going to move that over next to you. Right there. So we can both look at it. And then maybe I'll adjust the camera like this. Like this. Or should I just block the Proton Pack? Oh, I know. I'll
You never block a Proton Pack.
Yeah, I can't do that. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to move you. Hang on. I swear we will start the show at some point. We'll get there. I'll do that for now.
You start the show, I'm trying to put a post and my fat fingers keep hitting the wrong one.
Happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
But hopefully all of you guys are doing well today, you guys and gals. It's been about 2 weeks since we did a show, and I thought we were going to make it till next week, but then I was like, let's just go for it. Why not? Of course, shameless plugs. HeyArcher. Nope, it's Nerd Affiliated on Instagram, Facebook, nerdaffiliated.com. And then, of course, if you're into the Ghostbuster side of things, the Real Nerdbusters on Instagram, on realnerdbusters.com, and the Real Nerdbusters on Facebook. Holla at your boy. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat and just get it's like trying to get the gears going again. It's kind of like what's happening right now.
It's cold out. Your engine's a little, needs a little love.
Creasing.
You got to pump the gas a little bit.
I mean, right now on my home screen, it does say it's 17. It's about to go down to 14. So brain's a little shot, we'll say. The one and only Dave.
plug in your truck up there?
No, it's not that bad.
That's only a thing for diesels, right? You're not a diesel.
No. I mean, I wish I had a diesel truck, but no, even gas engines. Like I know in Minnesota, I knew people who used to have to put like a heater in the engine bay. So I imagine if we were, I would say even an hour further north, hour and a half north, we might have that issue of like occasionally needing to put that. But where we are now, we don't. So, of course, like I said, with James, Dave's mentioned in the house. I've been bothering Dave for the last couple weeks, and he is one half of the mega powers that have helped me on this 3D printing journey. So shout out to Dave's Dimension. Of course, Tony as well, master artist and 3D printer. So I'll be bothering him for some stuff coming up. By the way, Happy New Year's, everybody. Did I say that? I don't think I said that. Did I even tell you that? Happy New Year's? Happy New Year to you?
Did you say it to me?
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Well,
did
in
I?
the chat. In the,
in our group chat.
in one of the 3 or 4 chats we have going.
Yeah. And Merry
So
Christmas.
we're covered.
Everybody's saying hi to each other. Got Marsha in the house. Good to see you. JB in the house. They went on a wild toy hunt. It seemed like everybody went except for us. It was at this place called Toy Federation. And it was one of those scenarios where if you can think of it, that you used to own it, it's there. Mm-hmm. And it was to the extent that this place has, because they've been there before, but this time they took a whole bunch of toy collectors there and toy hunters. There's a back room, and in the back room they'll have like, let's say you wanted the Kenner Ecto 1. Mm-hmm. You'll pass by like 5 of them in a box back there. Like they just got stacks of unopened things and grails and stuff. So shout out to them and everybody who went down there. Seth, Krista Man Collects, Big Dub, a whole bunch of other people who I didn't know, but excited they all got to go there. Someday we'll make it down there.
Where was this?
I believe it's in North Carolina. JB or Marsha, you can let me know.
All right, so you swing down and then leave your car here, and then I'll drive the rest of the way.
Sounds good to me. Vam Gothic in the house. Good to see you. Patrick in the house. Good to see you. Really thought we were taking the day off. Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, I was going to do last week, and then it just didn't happen. But I did do that stream on Nilda's channel, Appetite for Collectibles. So make sure you guys check that one out. But yeah, we're back from our vacation. Ultra Card in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, they all thought about it that we weren't going to be here. 3D printer heavy here? Never. Returning a page in 2026. Going to be a lot of 3D printed content here. I'll tell you that. Patrick said he's up to date for once on something. Stranger Things. Yep. You said hi to everybody. Rogue Demon in the house. Good to see you.
I did think we were going to go heavy on Stranger Things spoilers. So.
Sorry, what was it?
I thought we were going to go heavy on Stranger Things with spoilers. So. Whoops. I'll have to adjust my commentary.
Maybe we will at the end.
Okay.
Just in case. JB said in North Dakota, we plugged in our Tundra nightly. So there you go. Vamp is 3D printing a Frozen Empire wand. Love that. So, isn't the only difference, I think, the yellow piece that goes... there's also like the nozzle at the end.
Yeah, there's that silver thing.
The silver thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Back rooms mentioned. Yep. Got Geek Strong in the house. Good to see you. Marsha confirmed Greer, South Carolina. That's where it is.
I did just have an idea strike me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I should say it because it could be a business idea and somebody's going to take it from us.
I mean, we have so much going on. We'll probably never get to it.
It's going to forget.
Yeah.
All right. So once you get your 3D printing down, outfit a sprinter van with a couple of printers. Mm-hmm. You park it at Ghostbuster Day, and then people who buy files and you print them for them on the fly, or equipment gets damaged in the confusion of the day, you can print out a repair right away, right there on the spot.
We have a mobile Ghostbuster repair van.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. I love that.
Should do it.
I mean, yeah, depending on the size of whatever it is it's damaged, it's doable to happen in the day.
Yeah. Little thing off the wand, maybe. I'm not talking about printing a whole pack on the fly, but
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be able to happen.
nah. Couple of pre-printed things ready, you know.
What I did think about at one point was like, oh, it'd be great to, and if somebody wants to steal this idea, of course, I guess feel free. It'd be great to do a series where like you're road tripping around in some sort of Ghostbuster vehicle, but visiting all the various franchises in the country. So like, you know, like start here with the Massachusetts Ghostbusters, drive down to the Hudson Valley Busters, get down to New York, and then, you know, make your way across the country and just stay with different Ghostbusters and visit them and stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool.
I feel like that would be very doable. It's a pretty friendly community.
Yeah. Literally just time and finances would be the issue there. But, you know, there's we've been watching a lot of van life videos, and I think that's where like my brain's in that mode of like, oh, it'd be cool to be able to live in the back of like my pickup truck, but like build a cabin on the back of it.
So that's funny because I don't really, I mean, we send each other YouTube stuff, but not that. But my algorithm has shifted to not vans so much, but I've seen people who like take old yellow school buses, of like the short ones and the full size, and outfit that, and pretty cool. It has me thinking, and like because I think I saw one where it was parked someplace in the city, and it's like, yeah, I have a Manhattan address for the week, and I don't know where in the city they're parking for a week and not getting towed, but
yeah, they call those like stealth camping. Yeah, when they do it in the city like that. So Vamp said he's doing the arm proton wand. That's cool.
I saw that. That's cool. I actually want one of those.
All right, well, add it to our list.
So that shouldn't shock anything.
Yeah. Good night, Marcia. Thanks for stopping by. And slime time in the house. So see, we got somebody in Central Arkansas. We could got people there too. But yeah, I mean, like, you know how well we've talked a lot on the channel about like having a nerd fleet. So like if we had a semi truck to be like Goliath from Knight Rider, but then the semi portion is more like just regular Knight Rider where we have a vehicle back there, but then also have like 3D printers back there and beds and stuff.
Yeah. We can get Ectotech to throw, you know, the 1A in the back, because let's face it, those things can't be fun to drive cross country.
No.
Like, no matter how, I'm not saying he can't do the trip. I'm saying like for, you know, for the sake of his back, our backs, if we're in that damn thing, air conditioning, heat, depending on the time of year. Yeah. Yeah. Keep her all nice and shiny and tucked in until the event. Exactly.
So Vamp said we get him up to learn more about making that wand. And we have a driver. Actually, you're a driver also. So
I was about to say,
you both can switch off.
Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a minute, but you know, I've driven large trucks recently, so it's okay.
Or we have a convoy. We have a Goliath, and then we have something else that's a large vehicle that you need a CDL for.
So not to nitpick, you keep saying Goliath. That was the evil one that tried to kill Michael and Kit. Yeah,
but that was also a semi-truck, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you never saw like the inside of it or anything. They did just have the Knight Industries tractor trailer, which that's where like the portable lab that what were their names? Bonnie and April, right?
Something like that.
Pretty sure they were.
But like, all right.
I mean, Goliath is cool because he has the molecular bonded shell also, so that's more secure.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it didn't have an artificial intelligence, so the driver made it evil. So okay, yeah, I withdraw my objection. Let's get Goliath.
Yeah, it's not like I said car like by mistake.
I think with the proper programming, we can fix car.
I think car had the right idea all along. You know.
Whoa. We're 2 days. We're 1 day into the new year, and you're already siding with the evil AI.
Somebody said that, there's no rules against New Year's resolutions and wishes being for evil. They don't have to be all for good. So I just want to throw that out.
I've seen those memes lately also. That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm. But come on. Like, instead of just it being the regular semi they drive around in, you got a freaking bulletproof thing here with a massive grill in the front for no reason.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm game. Let's do it. Screw it.
Yeah.
And actually, if we have the convoy, we can. I request a section for gym equipment.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be dangerous. Deadlifting or squatting and all of a sudden, hey, we're coming up on a pretty steep downhill. What? Ah!
Well, bands do that where it's like they have the tour bus gyms, and the sides of the bus will like open up and then like they slide out like a tray type thing.
Yeah, not huge, obviously, but I've seen like in the city, like guys have like a mobile gym that comes to some rich neighborhood and
the personal trainer thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Slimetang got his first Magnolia Clothes flight suit coming in on Monday. He got the RGB Vankman, and he's excited for that. Let's pull that up so people can see what he's talking about. It was definitely not cheap.
Perfect.
Hey.
Oh, I got a notification. What happened? Super chat. Thanks, Van.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Oh, and our thing works again, because wasn't it like not working last time? So
I feel like I don't know about last time, but I feel like I remember you saying that you didn't get the notification for it.
Yeah, and I felt bad about it. So it worked this time. Shout out to Vamp. I really appreciate it. Let me share screen so you guys can see Magnolia Clothing. So they make all sorts of stuff, from various movies and properties. This is cool. They have the Joker suit there. But if I go to, I don't know, paranormal, there you go. So the most famous thing that we all want from them, of course, is the proper Tobin Spear guide. It's just a little bit of the pricey side. But I believe there's a file to even 3D print like this. So we're gonna have to do that too.
There you go.
Let's see here. I'll just type in Ghostbusters.
Oh, when you get, this is actually 3D printing a book.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably going to be more advanced because I would need it to like, basically a book. I would want like you to print like a cover for my iPad to be the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh,
how it like opened up in the movie.
Yeah.
And all that. So
there's a guy I watch who he loves Hitchhiker's Guide. He's done a couple different like mod stuff or like prop making things. I'm sure that it exists. We can do it. So you said you got the Vankman one. So you got the brown. Wait. Why is it not changing? Oh, I probably just have to click on these. So you got that one. Pretty cool.
Nice.
I would love to get one of these.
Do you have a RGB pack to go with it?
Listen, stop trying to cause problems.
No. Well, okay, not you.
Oh, you meant him.
I was asking. Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, get off my back. I just started.
I know. And by the way, where'd that weird accent from? I'm not trying to.
Me?
Me. I said I'm not trying to, but I said it with a weird like twang on it or something for a minute there.
Maybe sometimes our like New York accents kind of come through. Maybe slight bit of Staten Island / Bronx in there.
I said bagel the other day, and I definitely said it's super New York.
It just slips through sometimes.
It does.
That's what she said.
Hey.
But yeah,
he does have everything.
Do you have a pack? Dave said, I'm worried with the Hasbro 84 wand. It's not being available anywhere. With the release of 84 in March and no signs of restock for a very long time, I wonder how many will cancel the pack due to this. I don't foresee people canceling the pack because they don't have the wand. Because it's like, I feel like, putting an Afterlife wand on it, it'll be fine until you're able to switch it out or somebody will 3D print a wand. I think having the pack being, the largest piece, getting that's the most important one. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think anybody, I mean, it'll definitely like I have an 84 one, but if I didn't, it would drive me, my OCD, it would drive me crazy that I didn't have the proper pack. But I mean, you can mod the, people modded the Afterlife one. They cut off the fake tape that was on the back of it. So there are ways around it. But I don't know. I mean, I know yes, it is kind of weird that they still haven't done it, but I feel like it's going to happen. They're going to do a restock. It's stupid not to,
Yeah.
Maybe it won't coincide with the release of the pack, but I feel like, and I know this is a hypocritical thing coming from me, but I feel like you just need to have patience and it'll happen.
Patience. Never heard of them. Bonnie and Devin from Knight Rider.
Yes, but there was another female mechanic too.
And then wasn't there a black guy on there at 1.2?
Yeah.
Was it the guy from Walker Texas Ranger?
Who was also the guy in Die Hard.
Black guy, Knight Rider.
Oh, all right. Am I confusing my black men?
I am. Yeah, we're both confusing our black men. It was this guy.
Oh, wow. Yep. Nope.
We'll just say it was Gary Coleman. Why not?
Yeah. All right. He was great.
Yeah. But no, yeah, the black guy from Walker Texas Ranger was the guy from Die Hard.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and shout out to Roxanne saying hello. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Hey, Roxanne.
All that fun stuff. What surprises do you think Hasbro has in store for us at Ghostbusters Day? That's a good question.
That is a good question.
So I would have, I
first.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, 84 packs seem to be the ongoing. We should be getting that at some point. Like, why wouldn't they make that? I wouldn't be surprised if it was an announcement of another round of the Ecto, but the Frozen Empire or the Afterlife one. But as far as props go, honestly, I'm going to hope once again they're going RGB in some way, shape, or form, because while we all think it's very niche, the Mondo toys are selling very well. So if I was Hasbro, like, why not take a shot in the dark with something, whether it was the Belt Gizmo or PKE, if you don't want to fully commit to doing a pack. But that'd be my guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I would say you can make it a proper HasLab. Do you think they lose a lot of money if they do a prototype and it doesn't back? If they were to do the wand, well, actually, yeah, didn't they do the wand first with and then they did the original HasLab pack?
Yeah, but the wand was not a HasLab; it was just release.
Well, yeah. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
just like
they could
the
start
84
small that way and just HasLab the wand and make it all tiers. Start with the wand, and then if X amount of people get it, okay, then we have the pack and so on and so forth.
That's actually not a bad idea. Treating it more like a Kickstarter type thing, where it's like the more backers you get, the more grandiose the final product is.
But they won't be like other people who do Kickstarters.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So would that be your prediction? Or maybe like desire, I guess, would be the...
I mean, that's my desire. My prediction, if it was going to be something more in line with stuff they have out, just maybe do a set of the goggles where it's classic and then also a set that takes the photo like they had in Afterlife.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
that would be, I mean, at that point, that's everything, right? I mean, unless they do a walkie, which they could do with that too if they really wanted to, but that's only from the originals. I don't think they use the walkies in the new two. But
I think
just
you're
to
right.
have it, like if they did a walkie, whether or not it works or not, I guess it would have to work. That would only make sense. But a walkie and maybe at least the classic version of the goggles. That would be my guess, just to finish off the equipment.
Yeah.
But yeah, my hope would be I would love legit. And I still have to build the one Wes printed for me. It's been a long month, but and don't get me wrong, I'm going to build it one way or the other. But I'd love to have a HasLab to go along with that.
Yeah. I might as well talk about some of the stuff on my desk here since we're talking RGB and we're talking printing, and you mentioned walkie. So, in case some of you don't know, like I said, do follow us on Instagram, Real Nerd Busters, and Nerd Affiliated, as well as on Facebook. So I've been posting more things on there as far as like 3D printing and just updates in general. So we got the P1S, the Bamboo P1S. It was originally supposed to arrive January 14th, but Dave and a couple others said I wouldn't be surprised if it arrives sooner. Originally it was going to arrive Christmas Eve, ended up arriving on the 26th, but we've been hard at work trying to learn how to use it. And the first, well, obviously the first thing I printed was, and I want to do a video about this too. Will I get to it? Who knows? You know, the classic Benchy. Whenever you watch an unboxing video of a new printer, people always print out the Benchy. So I felt like it was, I guess pun intended. It was, you know, when you launch a new ship, you have to smash champagne on the side of it. It's just a rite of passage. So I did my rite of passage of printing the Benchy. Printed a bunch of things to go around the house and whatnot. But getting nerdy with you guys and staying on the Ghostbusters, the first complete print I did was a walkie. And came out pretty good. I did some light sanding and painting on this, but I was like, you know, this is just a first run. And there was some damage on the side from the print bed, but I learned from some mistakes. So if I make some more of these, hopefully they won't have said mistakes. And I'll need to get stickers to put on the front. But that was the first thing printed.
Nice. First big thing.
First big thing, yes. First cosplay thing. Now the most recent thing on the Ghostbusters side is we started printing out a RGB belt gizmo. And if you watch Ghostbusters news, then you'll be familiar with who we got it from. And Ghostbusters Gear, I think is his name, right? On Patreon?
I believe that is. I'm going to triple check right now.
So I printed out the first set of parts to it, which is the body and the back plate, as well as the belt loop. This is pretty strong, so I was impressed with that. Knowing, though, that it's going to be connected to this, I debated trying to reprint this stronger so there's no like breakage of my fat pushing against the belt. But I think since it's going to be kind of screwed in on this, all connected, that's going to keep it from flexing. So I may not actually have to do anything else. Maybe I'll put some thin plywood down the center or something, but otherwise it might actually be good enough just on its own. Did you get this from Wes too? I don't remember all the stuff you had him print.
You know, honestly, I can't remember if the gizmo is in the box or if I asked him to print the gizmo. I'd imagine I did because I had him print everything.
He went
and
ham.
Actually, he did. And Wes, if you're out there on the replay, thank you again. But actually, it is.
We should do a collab build series of if I print out stuff too, we do a video where we're both like assembling it together on video.
We can do that.
Yeah,
I'll go through the case. The easiest thing to assemble that I have from him, I think You know what? I don't. Now that I'm thinking harder on it, I don't think I have the belt gizmo. I don't know why I didn't ask him to do that, but maybe I'll ask you to fix that.
Yeah.
Oversight on my part. But I do have the. I mean, I have everything else, but I bought the. There's no electronics per se, but like he gave you instructions on what you can do with like my brain is failing me as usual. If you
PKE?
get the Arduino.
Oh,
Well,
yep.
for the PK, if you get the Arduino and like I forget how much it was. I think it was less than $100 a touch screen or
Mhm.
whatever. You can program it and like have your PKE actually have a functioning screen.
Nice.
So yeah, we can do that. And you
Yeah.
can watch me play with electronics and set myself on fire.
And I cut you off. You were saying his name.
Oh, it is Ghostbuster Gear
There you go.
for the all the files. And actually, he did. I'm pretty sure it was him. I think he's doing, unless I'm confusing. Dave, I know you're in the chat. Did he do a slime thrower model that he just was posting about?
He found somebody's model and is debating
Okay.
putting that together. Yeah.
Well, hopefully he does that too. And he does have a sick full-size functional, well, air quotes, functional containment unit.
Yep. But yeah, if you guys are interested in printing anything, he has a Patreon, $5. And I mean, he's got almost everything you could need, from a full pack to just mods. I'm excited for the various parts and stuff. I want to print out some of the other like little knickknacks and things, but definitely worth a check on Patreon. And you can go to his Instagram as well. I've shown that off on the channel before to see all the things he's working on. Let's catch up on the chat. Yeah, I got left out last time. My bad. But see, it works now. It works now. So I feel better. Oh, Man Collect. We were just talking about him earlier. Good to see you. So Slime Time does have a pack, and he has a PKE and trap. There you go. Love that. Saw that Winston jumpsuit and saw the money fly. There, yeah. It's expensive. On Christmas Eve, I got my hands on a real pair of vintage $9.95 jump boots. Also expensive. Baller. Love that. Did the 84 one go on sale a few times in 2020 and 25? Yep. They'll probably do a restock. Yeah, for sure. It's going to come back again. It'll come back again. I have an Afterlife one, but it's permanently modded to Frozen Empires, so I'm the guy that is very nervous. You'll be fine. And I mean, so like I have an 84 on my, I have an Afterlife on my quasi 84 pack. After a while, it's kind of like whatever, because the Hasbro wand is just so high quality that I feel like no matter which way you go, it works.
Yeah. And actually, Dave, if you're just worried about like the look for display, I mean, I don't know if you actually own a Spirit pack, but if you have a full-size Spirit where you took the wand off, if you didn't chuck it to make it work with a HasLab, just maybe use that in the time being.
Sure. It's a good wand.
Or print. You could print too. You have the power.
Yeah. That he does. Happy New Year, Kathy. K-Wall Comedy. Good to see you.
And actually, a throwback shout out for Dave because he helped me actually figure out how to power on my HasLab pack. Not power it on, but how to get the wand to fire because I didn't realize there was the startup sequence. I'm just flicking the 3 switches on the wand. Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell did I do wrong now? And in my defense, the instructions are kind of tiny and my eyesight, I guess, is the first thing to start to go.
I only knew about the sequence from watching an unboxing. So I think I can't fully fault you because, they only do the sequence like 1, maybe 2 times in the movies. So if you don't remember that detail, it's easy to miss it.
Yeah.
Yep. So Bonnie, Devin, April, and the black man was RC3. There you go. I mean, logically with Mondo, like you said, I think it's a smart move. Yeah. As far as doing the pack. Yeah. Clarence Gilliard Jr. Clarence Gilliard Jr. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot he passed away. Our guy from the best Christmas movie, Die Hard.
Oh yeah, right. He did pass away.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
How long ago?
2022.
Ugh. Starting. Damn.
He's only 66. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's wild though. Like he kind of makes that list of actors that, you know, hopefully he was able to eat off of just two jobs, you know, like I think the all-time greatest is what's her name that did Adrian from Rocky, because she did Godfather and Rocky and was like good.
Yeah, I don't know her real name either. Is she still alive?
No, I think she passed away too.
Oh,
Adrian.
Rough night.
Adrian Rocky. Oh no, she is still alive. I was wrong.
Oh, okay.
Tila Shiri.
Maybe she'll make an appearance on Stallone's TV show, Tulsa King.
I mean, if she even feels like it, she's done a bunch of stuff apparently. But like, I feel like none of it was even necessary at a certain point, other than just the love of, you know, the craft.
Yeah. Hopefully those two allowed her. I guess they did, right? Allowed her to do whatever.
Yeah. Oh, she's one from Woodhaven. She's a New York girl.
Did you see? I'm sure.
Wait, her sibling is Francis Ford Coppola.
What? Oh,
no
right.
wonder.
Well.
Sorry, continue.
Oh, so that's why she plays the woman in Godfather who gets smacked around. It's actually just him taking out his sibling rage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I cut you off.
That's okay. I think you probably sent it to me, but I think everybody's seen. I guess Annie Potts was outside of headquarters recently. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. She should have knocked. I'm sure somebody would have been like, "Oh, well, hi, come on in."
But isn't it like the most fun to be there, like almost like in disguise? Like she goes there as a civilian and knowing that nobody, unless a hardcore would recognize her. Like if she's just had, you know, winter coat on, hat on.
Well, it's more fun for her, sure.
Yeah. We got the casual one in the house, Josh. Good to see you. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
Ooh.
Even though Die Hard is still not a Christmas, I don't care.
Going to entertain that argument.
Yeah, we don't need that negativity around here. Past 2022. Long Kiss Goodnight or even Reindeer Games I classify as a Christmas movie before Die Hard. So I was talking about it with a neighbor, and shout out to Matt, one of our members who I would like to have on stream actually, because we have a lot of nerd conversations IRL outside. But we were talking about Die Hard the other day, and was it Macaulay Culkin who said it, that even though he doesn't think it's a Christmas movie for some reason, he's like, the movie doesn't work on any other holiday or occasion. Like that movie only really works because it's during Christmas. So I'm like, if that's the argument, then it means it has to be a Christmas movie.
Yeah, by that logic. Although now I'm stuck on thinking about it being not working on any other holiday.
Like nobody does holiday parties like that for any other holiday. And not to the extent that like the whole building would be empty. You know, like on 4th of July, right? Like there's nobody would be there at all. It'd just be empty. But to have like the CEO there with as little staff as possible, that really only would happen on a Christmas party. So
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, yeah. So I'm like, by that logic, it's a Christmas movie. Because here's the thing too, right?
I mean,
like,
it's always been a Christmas movie to me. So hopefully we're just convincing her right now, although I doubt it. But
well, because even Bruce Willis at one point said it wasn't, and I'm like, dude, it is. Like it, because here, like, I was thinking about it the other day. We were watching The Family Man, which I love, one of my top 15 all time, Nicolas Cage, and I feel like that's a holiday movie, even though the first day that he's living this alternate life, it's Christmas Day, and then when everything ends, it's like post New Year's, and then he wakes up in the real world again back on Christmas Day. Like, I feel like that's still a Christmas movie, and yet the actual day of Christmas is like the shortest part of the movie. So I'm like, if we're not counting like Die Hard, like what counts as a Christmas movie? It has Christmas music. It's during the Christmas season. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a very weird argument.
It's a season.
I never
It's not just the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a heads up, Rhett J. Martin is working on Afterlife goggles. Is that another 3D printer? Ecto goggles that have a swappable part toe switch from GB 1, 2, and Afterlife. Yeah, that'd be cool. Benchies for calibrating the printer. No, print the Motorola no, print the Motorola label or buy them off Etsy. If you have the file, Dave, to print the label, send that over. Because I was thinking about just like printing it on my printer and like taping it on. If I could find the logo, but if you have a file, dude, send it. Be greatly appreciated.
How big are these files, by the way? Because I'm just thinking between all the videos, all the photography, all the programs. If these files are huge, you're gonna need, what do you call it? Like your own server.
Oh, I mean, I already have like 4 hard drives. I need another one already. But no, the files for this stuff it's very minimal because there's really nothing to the file. It's like a Word doc, you know, like the Word doc is just the information. It's not anything else. But yes,
Gotcha.
Maybe 100 megabytes, if that.
Yeah.
Let me
Nothing.
I'll look at one right now. Yeah, like the thing I'm printing right now is 3 megabytes. And what I will show off now, that file is 6. So the main project I've been working on that a lot of you saw on socials and even on YouTube, I posted a picture of it. I'm pretty excited for is a Cyclops visor. So this was actually the first cosplay thing I printed. Wait, no. Was the walkie first? No, I think it was this. I think I attempted printing this and I kept failing. And then maybe I did the walkie-talkie after that. But either way, Cyclops visor. This comes from Yosh Studios. Makes a bunch of helmets, bunch of amazing prop stuff. I'll pull up the website soon. But I've been mainly working on this. This is I'll show you. It fits a lot better than the first one I printed. And I even did some inserts. So there's one insert that you cannot see through. So like if I'm just displaying it, and then there's another insert that you could see through. But where I'm at on the first print is here. So I just put this yellow on.
I'm going to say, wait a minute. I thought it was yellow at this point. I didn't realize you did 2.
Yeah.
So wait, why'd you do 2?
So this is the first one I printed. And it was like a little snug. So I was like, I'll just, it's only going to be like 4 hours. I'll put on another one to print a little bit larger and, see how that one fits. And that one fits a little bit better. So I just kept going with this one. And this is also serving as like my test of paint and sanding and all that stuff.
Right.
So I'm trying to be careful with it because
it's to make it bigger.
Yeah. All I do in the file is increase the scale. So everything else I printed was like on the print bed. They load at the standard scale of whoever made it. So that's like your 100%. So the one that's too tight, I had raised it to like 102% scale. And you want to make it uniform so that everything, all the parts increase by whatever scale you put. So
Right.
I increased it to 102. That's where it was still kind of snug. So this one I made 103.5 scale. So it's, they're close, but it's just a small difference. And the reason I'm handling that one so gently is the paint's still kind of wet. I painted it yesterday. But shout out to Rex, Millennium Workshop. We even did an hour phone call talking about this stuff. And he told me, he was like, dude, yellow and white paint is the worst. Takes forever to dry. And he wasn't kidding. It's been almost 24 hours and there's still parts of it that I feel like if I really like move my finger, it's going to move. So
why those two colors?
It's just something in the chemicals that they do. Like even like, for example, if I had primed, so I did this thing with spoons that a lot of cosplayers do, where you take spoons and you spray paint your colors on them. You'll spray paint like the primer and the final color, the primer, final color, and the sealant you want to use to see how everything reacts to each other. And with the spoons, no matter what I did for like my first layer, when I sprayed yellow or white, I could still see through the spoon. Like on one pass. Whereas with some of the other colors, you do one pass and everything's pretty much covered. So there's something in the chemicals of white and yellow and, I don't know, maybe it's a lime green, like really bright colors. There's something in there that it takes a lot longer to settle.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And he gave me the heads up. He was like, dude, do super light coats and just leave it. And he was not lying. So hopefully by Saturday, this will be fully dry to the extent that I'm going to sand down a couple spots where there was some paint drip and then do a couple more coats on it. And then, put in, one of the inserts.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
We have a Cyclops visor.
It's got to feel good.
Yeah.
Took a couple tries, I know. So you have to glue, and stop me if you don't want me to keep asking like the nitty-gritty questions, but you said
go for it.
You have to glue down what you put glue on the print tray or whatever it's called, or
yeah. So here, I'll show you what's happening right now, actually. Do something real quick to see. If I can show you guys. No, that's not it. I'm wondering if there's a way I can show off like what's happening on the printer. I'm just like forgetting now. Oh, here we go. Show this. Move me here. All right. I think you see my screen now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, right now there's glue on there. That's what all those streaks are. The Target was closing and I was like, oh, purple glue. I'm just going to buy that. So it's just regular like craft glue. Now if you do your settings right and the print bed, which is the silver piece there, if that is clean, like no fingerprints, even like just touching it a little bit will ruin it with like the oils on your hand. So if your print bed is completely clean, You should be able to print, and as it starts putting layers down, everything stays where it's supposed to be, and then you can go from there. But with the first material I was using, either it was the material, the heat of the bed, something was wrong, and my stuff kept sliding. So as the print head was moving, it would start to do a layer of something, and all of a sudden that thing starts moving and then it becomes a whole mess. So
Gotcha.
easiest way to get around that was just to use glue. The other thing I did, and you can kind of see it in this is going to be a clamp that keeps down a tablecloth on a table. The round piece that's kind of doing like a V, what that is, it's a tree support. And what tree supports do is, let's say I'm building, for some reason, let's say I was printing it this way, which you wouldn't do, but hypothetically, if I was printing it this way, at a certain point, the printer can't print up here because you're just printing on air. There's nothing here. So you can tell it to build what's called tree supports, which are just pieces that print up, and then the printer will print on top of the piece to be able to do the hanging part. And then when you're done, you can just rip off that tree support, and then there's, the open air. So that circle piece there, that's a tree support. And at the bottom of it, you can see there's like a round circle. Mm-hmm. You can do these things called, I think they're called brims. And that's also supposed to help it from sliding around, because it's building just something around the main print that's not as thick or as strong, that's intended to be ripped off at some point, but just to help keep it down on the bed.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I had that issue for the first couple of prints where things were just sliding all over the place. That's also why the thing here, we also have, I don't know why I got like one of the layers like missed or something. But like the corner here and here, it's literally that it didn't stay flat on the bed. It started to peel up, like it wasn't sticking properly. And that's why there's gaps there. But I was like, whatever. Like, this
screen is tiny. I don't know if we'll be able to tell.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I switched. So these gaps.
Yeah.
Essentially, this was 3 pieces. So like this and this printed together, and they were both flat. And the corner, for whatever reason, see if I can put it against my skin so you see the contrast. For whatever reason, it like lifted off the bed. It didn't stick on the corner, and it just bowed up. So if I had done the brim, that would have helped keep everything flat when it was printing, if that makes sense.
I'm with you.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, since doing these tests, I've had pretty good success. And you know me, Excel sheet. I've been tracking what my settings are.
God.
Yeah, what my settings are. Did it fail? Did I like the print? Did I not like the print? Was there an issue? So that way I can like limit the chances of any issues going forward.
Nice.
There's the journey.
And the on the other screen were those 4 color tanks, your filament levels.
Yep. Yeah. So I have I got the AMS machine, so I'm able to have 4 colors. What people usually use it for is to, if I'm printing different colors on something, it'll switch out. But I'm treating it more as just like 4 color options. And if, right now I want to print something in green, I don't got to switch stuff out. There's already a green one in there, or a silk one or whatever. That's how I'm treating it. Yeah. Dave said, I would love to see a real Nerdbusters build series. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. I'll just say that. I feel like I've been a terrible YouTuber the last month, and I know you've felt the way at times, but
Yeah.
I think it's all right. You know, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's December. It's a long month. Everybody has stuff going on, good, bad, or both. So, yeah, I still haven't. I mean, you know this obviously, but for everybody else, I still haven't opened my my Ecto HasLab. I got it. I put it away, and when did I get it? I guess mid-November. Mid-November till now has just been crazy at home and work. So I just have not had time. I have my friggin'. I looked at it before when I was getting my laptop and stuff out. my camera, my DJI 5 has a friggin' layer of dust on it already. So I gotta clean that, and then I have to use that.
Yeah.
So
it's one of those like I haven't done a Daily Planet in like 3 weeks. Like it's just sometimes you just gotta not force it. You just let the content happen when it happens. So, but all that to go back to the original point of Dave's question. The goal is to record assembling a lot of this stuff to get more videos out. Actually, all of today I spent downstairs doing the nerd corner, which I was supposed to be documenting, and I didn't. So it'll probably just be a before and after type video. But set up some new shelves, cleared off table. I have been making this bootleg paint booth because when I spray painted even the primer of this thing, I like gassed out the whole house. The smell traveled fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, doing a whole bunch of stuff downstairs. So I'll show it off when it's done. Essentially, we'll get to it.
That's fair.
We'll get to it. Tony has a heavily modified 84 wand on his pack. There you go. Yeah. And actually, yeah, Dave, you printed out your whole pack and wand for your last build. So worst case scenario, you just do that, or maybe transfer it over. I don't know. The North Ontario Ghostbusters are raffling off an 84 wand. There you go, Dave. Dave knows. There you go. Dada Films in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, it's crazy. That's Francis Ford Coppola's sister. Got Jamie in the house too. Happy New Year. Good to see you. Everybody saying hi to each other. Die Hard is a Christmas movie like Ghostbusters 2 is a Christmas movie. Yeah. Actually, I didn't get a chance to finish watching that for the holiday season. Somebody wanted to watch it and she made me stop. I had started it. Legacy of Nerd in the house. Good to see you. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Oh, you got stuff from Stance Industries on Etsy. All right, cool. Yeah, 3D printing files are pretty small. Yeah. Thank you. The visor. Oh yeah. This is where we are now on the visor. And I was telling everybody that the paint on this after 24 hours is still somewhat wet. I'll use the word moist. So that's why I'm not handling it too much. Hopefully by Saturday, the yellow is fully dried so I can do a wet sand on it. That's the other component. I'm trying to wait for it to be like done dry so I can do a wet sand before spraying some more yellow on it. But that's where we are. And you know, all the 3D printers are correct. The process of just sitting there and sanding, not that bad. It's quite calming and rewarding, if you would.
Make sure you use a respirator.
I did.
Or a mask at a minimum.
I had a mask.
Me and Josh.
I had a mask and I was using a palm sander.
Ah, much better.
Mm-hmm.
Goggles too, then.
I did, yep. So I did that for the palm sander. What I learned from Rex that I didn't know prior to doing this initial project was to do all the filling of the holes on this before doing the priming. Because even though it seems like common knowledge to do that. The primer that you tend to use is filler primer. So that's meant to also fill in little lines and gaps and nothing too major. But Rex brought up a good point. He was like, the filler primer, the actual just like filler clay and stuff, that's way cheaper than the cost of a can of filler primer. So you might as well fill in as many gaps and holes as you can with the putty, and then the filler primer is later on, maybe a couple runs of that.
Sure. But, yeah. Cost effective is the way to go with this hobby, I guess.
Exactly. How's it staying on your ears? There's actually, here, I'll show you on this one. Yosh Studios built these loops in here. So it just rests over your ear. Actually, let me pull up. I forgot to mention I mentioned I was gonna do this and then I didn't. Oh, this is the Patreon. Let me pull up the website. So Yosh Studios does have a Patreon you can sign up for, and then you can just buy individual files here on the website. And what's cool about the Patreon is if you did want to, like, let's say I want to sell these Cyclops visors, I can do that. I literally just pay him monthly through his Patreon, I believe, for like his quote unquote license to be able to sell it. So it's not me just, stealing the work, which I feel is very fair to do if you're going to make money on it. So I'm interested in this.
Under the DC tab. Oh, wow.
Yeah. But that's going to be a pain in the ass to do the red helmet part, but DC tab.
Oh, wow.
So he's always adding to this, which is crazy.
That Azrael Batman helmet looks kind of cool.
Yeah, because it has the shoulder pads too.
Yeah. So the prices here are if you just buy the individual file, but you get all these if you're his Patreon.
No, so the actually I don't know if the Patreon's unlimited downloads of things. It's weird he doesn't have a link to the Patreon on here. I feel like he should have that. I don't think it's like that with like the Ghostbuster Gear one. I think the Patreon is for like his tech support, like asking him questions, and then the license to sell stuff. I think. Gotcha. I'll go back to DC for you.
Oh, he has the gauntlets on that first one too.
Oh yeah. I didn't even see that. Sort by popularity. Oops. I'm shocked the Outlaw mask is above the regular mask.
The Outlaw mask?
Red Hood. The
Oh, on the bottom. Okay. Gotcha. Oh yeah, he did wear that weird domino mask, face mask thing in the Outlaws comic, right?
Which I take credit for, because I made that cosplay, I think 2 years before that comic ever came out, because I just didn't have the resources to make a helmet. So I was like, I'll just do well, in that case, I did the just over the eyes part, but I had the red actual hood with the chest piece, and then they ended up doing that. So I want my money, DC. Yeah, probably not gonna happen.
Probably not, but who knows with a new acquisition what'll happen. I any news on that? I haven't heard anything lately. Is it a done deal? Netflix owns WB.
I think Paramount's trying to do one last go at it, but it's not looking likely. So Netflix should be taking it.
Crazy. Who would have ever thought?
Did you watch Alien Earth?
No, but it does sound really familiar.
Oh, like
Is that
like Alien, like the Alien franchise, the TV show.
Oh, Alien. Okay, no, I didn't.
Yeah. So in that one, they kind of reinforced what's already been established in the Alien franchise, but they didn't really dive into it too much. But like in the Alien universe, there's like 3 companies that run everything. Like they essentially own their own countries. Like government doesn't really exist anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like the way we're going right now, it's all about like company consolidation to the point where like one company owns like everything. So
is Whalen was always the Alien one. What was the Blade Runner one?
So that one's actually in the Alien universe as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like the Whalen one was the main Alien one. That's like the robots and the ships and all that.
Yeah. The Tyrell Corp.
Tyrell was, Blade Runner.
Yeah. So they, the one that's in Alien is just paying homage, but there's no direct connection. I do want to make the Blade Runner gun. I do have that on my list too.
I need a Batfleck grapple gun. If you're just making a list.
And checking it twice.
There you go.
I wonder if, does this guy have it? Go back to screen share. I don't think I saw any grapple guns here, but there's other websites out there, Thingiverse and even the Bamboo Studios, like they have their own thing, like store or actually a lot of the files are free. Like most things I've printed so far outside of the Ghostbuster stuff. Actually, no, the walkie was free also. I got that on the Bamboo app. But like the belt gizmo and the Cyclops visor are the only 2 things I've had to pay for. Everything else has been free, which is pretty cool. But then this, I want to print this.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah. I couldn't find it before.
Nice.
Because he just has it as duck mask. Does not come pre-colored. Test print. Oh, so you do get some free stuff. Part of the October 25th Patreon rewards. Okay. So yeah, if you sign up, it's probably cheaper to just sign up for his Patreon than it is to do it this way. But yeah, I want to make this.
Damn. Yeah.
But the problem lies with it being white. It's going to take like 1 million years to sand and paint and all that stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah. Didn't the mask change colors in the show?
There was a gold one at some point.
Yeah. Well, I guess gold is kind of on the yellow, so that probably won't be any better.
The metallic gold probably will be better.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. Ooh, you know what you got to print too? Just if you wanted it. I'm not just giving you a shopping list of stuff I want, but I'm sure somebody did it, like a Sword of Omens that's permanently in the claw shield, the claw holster that's also an arm gizmo thingy.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
So
I think the biggest project I want to do at some point, thinking about like who I'd want to cosplay, kind of going to Dave's point here. So when I finish the visor, am I going to go to me, my Nerd Busters? Maybe. In our group chat, people are talking about us doing X-Men again, since now I have the visor, and I can help you guys with, I guess, stuff that you would need. But I think the 2 most ambitious cosplays I think I would ever want to pull off or attempt to pull off that involve 3D printing are Judge Dredd. That's been my number one 3D printed desire. It's been to do the badge and the helmet. So doing a Judge Dredd cosplay would be on my list. And probably number one, Hellboy. Because that would involve a lot of red paint. But I really, really want to make I think the Redeemer is what it was called, the gun. Because that thing looks insane. And of course, printing off the hands, or the hand, which Yosh Studios does have. Let's go back here.
Damn.
So if I could print this off, it's in pieces. And he also had the horn as well. So I don't know if I would do the horns like this with my cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
But I want him. Oh, he has the option to do the smaller ones.
There you go. Man has everything.
Yeah. But that would be my most ambitious. Just because I want to make the Redeemer. A lot of good stuff.
I wish you luck.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm just going to be observing this hobby.
Well, look, if you ever do a Soldier Boy.
Oh. I wouldn't mind another shield or 8. Yeah, no, I haven't. Cap helmet. Add that.
Oh, that's right, because you don't have a helmet for Cap.
I do not. And I was talking to him, for the guys, everybody in the chat. I was saying to Steve, I was like, "Oh, print an Iron Man helmet for me, and that can be my next way to hide my face for the Nerd Buster." And I just want one where I would have to, not have to, but I would want to make it to where I've seen people do it where like it opens up automatic, like it's voice controlled. Maybe I'm imagining that, but is it? I've seen some that are voice controlled from cosplayers, right?
Some are voice controlled. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure that's crazy, but like if I just push it and it like shoots up on a small hydraulic arm, if there's one small enough, who the hell knows? Or maybe you can make it where it's like a track and it just like I slide it up.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say, Steve, is get better.
That's a tough part. Especially with when it comes to Iron Man, because like you just need, it's all about the shine when it comes to the Iron Man helmet. Everything else you can kind of get away with not being as shiny and red, but I feel like with Iron Man, it's all about the shininess. So if you end up wanting to be somebody else, that's not as difficult. Let me know.
I'll think about it. We do have to figure out Comic-Con, but that's a conversation for another day.
It's crazy how that's going to be here before we even know it.
Yeah, we do have to. Yeah, I can do War Machine. He's muted.
Oh, we did see that guy who was a War Machine Ghostbuster.
Oh, there you go. I can't do that then. Don't want to be accused of copying.
Oh, I need this.
Which?
The WW2 shield.
Oh.
Because remember I did Isaiah Bradley that one time?
Yes.
Was that that wasn't our first group cosplay. The year before that, I think it was. You were Daredevil. Or was that after?
Why do I feel like you were Bishop for the first group cosplay?
So yeah, that's when you were Daredevil. I was Bishop. Steve was Gambit.
Yeah. That was the first time I met Steve, and I was just like, what the fuck?
The Dapper Don.
Because I was so in awe of the dedication, not because I hate you or anything.
Wait, me, Steve, or him, Steve?
Him. I've met you before. Him, Steve.
Yeah. No,
Next to him, we both looked awful.
True, because that was the first time that I knew somebody who actually fully commissioned a suit, and that thing looked good. So you'd have to let me know what Iron Man helmet too, because there's so many options.
Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? Well, this is a problem for another day.
So why don't we end on some Stranger Things conversation? Let me catch up in the chat first. Everybody saying hi to each other. Look for the JT16.
I feel a sneezing fit coming on. I'm gonna mute you and sneeze off camera.
Yeah. JT16 glue sticks. What are JT? Oh, for the print bed. Got it. This is the fun of the hobby when you can explain it to someone else. I'm someone else. I know you're debating on what you're going to do for Ghostbusters Day. Did you ever decide on whether you're going to go in more comfortable clothing or flight suit? You got the Action 6 for Christmas and the mics. Nice, Tony. Awesome. I'm probably going to stick with comfortable clothes. That's what I did last year, and I enjoyed it. The first year I was suited. I did not do a proton pack the first year, and I don't foresee myself doing a pack at Ghostbusters Day, to be honest. I did not want to take Dave's advice, and then I did take Dave's advice, and I enjoyed myself. So I feel like what I might start doing for Ghostbusters Day is, first of all, not taking a full pack because it's just too much. Once again, as a reminder for everybody, the challenge that I find with Ghostbusters Day is trying to, document it all for you guys, take pictures, and still, be able to get around. So that's why not having my gear is the easiest thing. But what I might start doing is just taking a flight suit with me. And then depending on what the weather ends up being, if it's over a certain temperature, no flight suit. If it's like at a certain line, then I'm like, all right, I'll do the flight suit. So that might be how it goes going forward. If I was not taking, like Vamp Goth, I mean, he's suited every time and it looks dope. But I'm like, there's no way I can do that and still have like my camera, the microphones, all that stuff. So while I would want to do fully suited for Ghostbusters Day, unless we get somebody who's going to be like our videographer for the day / photographer for the day, like I can't do full suit with props and have my camera and all that. It's too much. Open window. Yep. Merry Christmas. I'm not filthy, just dirty. There he is. Rex in the house, Millennium Workshop. We were just talking about you. And yeah, Tony mentioned on the Gen X-Wing podcast yesterday, we were in the chat, that he knows the guys who made the Cyclops visor for the OG movies.
Oh yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, a Turbo Man helmet's awesome. Yeah, it is. This man been sculpting his life off. Yeah. Yep. Millennium can also make stuff. Rex has been sending me pictures of what he's working on, and I gotta say he's been right about everything, but the one thing that he really nailed was work on more than one thing at a time, because patience not being my thing, I kept trying to work on the visor and I had to like fight myself, like, stop. You can't do any more. Move on. Do something else. Like, the paint's still wet, whatever. So he was like, work on more than one project at a time, so that way things can get their time to rest while you're then wired, laser focus on the next thing. So
that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
That's why I started working on this.
Yeah. I will say, I'm not planning to sand anything that Wes printed for me for the RGB pack.
No, he made you out of the silk stuff, and
Yeah.
no, it looks good. It looks good. When I was done, I debated like, oh, should I print in regular and then do a spray painted pack? Maybe at some point, but I think for my first go, I'm just gonna go for like the least amount of work because I'm already gonna have to, Actually, no, there's nothing to sand. Ooh, there might be sanding. I don't know. I'll talk to Wes and see what he did. But for the first go around with the RGB pack, I think I'm gonna try to leave out as much painting as possible, and next time.
Yeah.
I would think printing the Hellboy hand in TPU. What do you think, Millennium? And he said not a bad option. TPU? What's TPU? I don't know what TPU is. Let me know. I would love to figure out things to come out for NYCC, but that will be dependent on finances. Totally agree.
Always.
You guys should make a mini pack 2.0. That'd be good. GB Day, you could do civilian clothes and arm blaster. Yep, I was thinking about that too. Let's meet up for Ghostbusters Day with Anthony. I will be suited up again. Yep. Yeah, he's working on Tauntaun. Looks pretty sick. And the Silk PLA comes out so damn sexy. Yeah, it does. That's what this stuff is. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we're at the point where we can do some sort of meetup for Ghostbusters Day. We'll figure it out as we get closer. I can't guarantee that any celebrities will be there.
You never know.
You never know. TPU is a bendable, almost more rubber print that might be more comfortable. Oh, okay. Cool. All right, so Stranger Things. We're going to talk Stranger Things. We'll do a non-spoiler thought, and then we'll end up on spoiler stuff. So, once again, this will be for the season. Well, actually, all of season 5, I guess.
Yeah.
So if you guys have not seen season 5, you should be okay for now, but I really think you should come back later. So the season as a whole, and then the show as a whole. Where are you at on the season? Did you like it? Did you like the ending, etc.?
I liked it overall. Like, I think I can nitpicky things that I gotta give spoilers to get into, but all in all, I liked it. Like, I disagree with what the rest of the internet were saying. We're like, oh, it's this, it's that, it's so slow. Like, I think I wanted to laugh. I think last thing I heard was like it's the lowest rated season of the series, but it's still at like a 70% or something. And for maybe not for both, but it's like that's not a terrible score. Like, come on, stuff gets like 2% and whatnot. But no, I liked it overall. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm actually really glad because of the aforementioned craziness in November. Didn't get to start the first volume of the 5th season when it first dropped. I watched everything a couple days, maybe a week before the Christmas drop, and then I watched the Christmas drop, and then I had to wait for New Year's. But yeah, no, a couple things about the actual final episode and whatnot I would have changed, but overall I think the season was a win. I enjoyed how I'm happy everything was so damn long. Like, that could have gone either way, but I think it worked out. And yeah, I think it was a good send off for the show. And now I'm curious. I think I meant to send it to you. I think I lost it before I could hit send. Supposedly, like, the Duffers were standing in front of like a whole Stranger Things timeline for like other shows, but I don't know if that's bullshit or not. I know
they do want to make
AI,
other shows.
Yeah, I think when I Googled it, Google AI said that there's like a Nancy show that's going to be set between season 4 and 5 coming. But like this thing I saw had like a whole lot of other stuff. It had the Nancy show. It had like something about the Creoles and Dustin and Steve doing something. So who knows if any of that is true or not, but yeah, on the Nancy thing, I guess. But yeah, no, I liked it. I'd give the season overall, I'd say this season an 8 out of 10 if we're gonna go up that high on the scale, or 4 out of 5, whatever. And this series overall, I'd probably say, should I ding it for how long it took to come out?
I think that's fair.
Okay, so if I'm dinging it for the how long it took to come out, I'll give the series overall, 8 out of 10, because that's crazy that it took so freaking long.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm mostly aligned with you on everything you said there. Seems like the chat is as well. Dave said he felt like it was lacking. So season as a whole, I could see where they were like, all right, you guys need to drag this out for the sake of getting us to 2 months at least of subscriptions. Like I could see where that conversation may have happened. Where like, all right, do it in parts, so that way people have to stick around. Because there was some dialogue sections where I was like, I don't need this conversation happen again. Like I've already seen it, and we've already established that. But that's me nitpicking. If I take the nitpick hat off, I thought it was great. I thought the second, whatever the one is with, well, I think everybody, I don't want to spoil it yet, but everybody I think knows what the lowest rated episode was. I did feel like that episode didn't need to be a whole episode. That was one where I was like, all right, that could have been divvied up amongst the other two, because I think that was a 3-episode drop. As a whole, I could see where Vecna, this isn't a spoiler. I could see the whole thing of like, yeah, Vecna was not the original bad guy. Like they admitted, and they've said plenty of times, like when we introduced him in season 4, he wasn't even a thought process in the first 3 seasons. Like he was not originally a thing. And as we were wrapping up season 5, I was like, okay, it's more and more evident to me that he was not originally there in the beginning. It was just, we need to have a humanoid type villain. Let's bring him in. I've mentioned it before, how it's similar to Dragon Ball Z, where it was reverse, where they had humanoid villains and the androids, and the studio was like, no, alien bad guys like Frieza, we need to replicate and do more of that. So they nerfed the whole thing of the androids being villains and brought in Cell. So with this one, I'm like, okay, I can see where they introduced Vecna to, because you needed a human type villain in the series. What I will say is I watched, I forget the guy's channel, maybe Nerdrotic or something. He seems like one of the creators, and if it's the wrong guy, I'm sorry, but he seems like one of those creators that like just loves to complain about everything now. Like everything Hollywood does is effed up. Everything Disney makes sucks. Like one of those content creators. So I was watching, a bunch of his commentary on the final episode, and I was like, you know what? I was like, you guys got to just at some point have fun. Like at a certain point, I feel like as viewers, as content creators, you have to just take the hat off and just like try to enjoy yourself. And while there's a lot of things I could nitpick on the season finale, the fact that they got a show to go this long and have a beginning and an end, and to my wife's point, the ending wasn't one of those like what the F moments like Sopranos. Like anything above that is, you got to give it a pass. You have to just enjoy it for what it was. And that was their vision. Whatever the ending was, that's their vision. And to me, 4 out of 5 is where I land. Just like you said, 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10. I thought it was great. It was a great show. Not everything's going to be Breaking Bad. And as YouTubers, I think we have to learn to be okay with that. Like you have to learn that not everything. Actually, Nilda, I think, said it. Like if you have an Empire Strikes Back every time, eventually it loses its luster. You need Attack of the Clones to balance an Empire Strikes Back, to appreciate an Empire Strikes Back. If you don't have that, like almost in a way, like think about like Daredevil, right? Like Daredevil is like almost so good every time. It's almost like not as exciting as it was, because it's just consistently good. So
I guess.
nobody talks about Daredevil. Like it's crazy, but it's a great show. But yeah, 4 out of 5. I thought it was great. And everybody who's like the season sucked, I think they can kick rocks. They're just looking for views.
Yeah, it was a really good finale. Like final season, excuse me.
Yeah.
Everybody, I don't know. This isn't really. Everybody got their moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got their moment. It didn't feel like there was one. Okay, there was one where you were like, "All right, dude," but the one everybody's on the internet about.
Right.
But yeah, no, I have no problem with it. I'm happy. I'm not like he's Sopranos. I'm not still however many years after Sopranos being like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm good with it. I actually might debate starting a rewatch, not right now, but like soon, just to, because you see stuff people like point out, like, oh, this was in season, and you're like, ugh, I missed that. I forgot about that. It's been however many years between the two. And I will say, actually, at one point, this isn't a spoiler, but like at one point, time is mentioned just in general. And like there was a mistake or an issue or something, because like one of the characters says, oh, it's been like they've been in this, it's been 2 years since the end of season 4 and 5. And then at one point somebody says to Max or something, it's been a year, which I don't know. That was just, again, a nitpicky thing. That's not much of a spoiler.
Yeah.
Like, so little things like that I had a question about, because it's like, how the hell long have they been like this?
I did a chat GBT question to it a while ago, just being like, oh, the ages don't make sense to me. And it broke it down by season. And I was like, oh no, actually it does line up. To the extent that they're graduating high school now. Like I thought they would have been timeline wise past high school, but it lined up, because they were, I believe Nancy was a freshman in high school, like in season 1 or something like that, to where now the show ends and she's already like, would have been actually, I won't even say, not until we get the spoilers. But yeah, 4 out of 5. I'll read the comments and then we'll go into spoiler conversation. Okay, yeah. So Dave has said the finale felt lacking. Millennium's working on Vecna's mask. JB said it's always hard to close big shows. It's never right for most. Yeah. I think that's the other thing too. Like as I do this longer, I've learned that you're always going to Monday morning quarterback a show, and there's no way of knowing where the conversations were had in the writer's room. And maybe on paper, something made total sense. And then when it was executed, that's where you're like, oh, damn, that didn't execute as well. Or you could have a scenario where like, in the writer's room, a character is the main person, like the it guy. And then the show comes out and people gravitate towards the next person. And you're like, damn, I should have, if we knew that, we would have pivoted that way. So that you just don't know. And a lot of these decisions happen years in advance. So yeah. JB said I was okay with it. So hard to close these out. Yep. Patrick agrees. All the memes of the season were accurate. I do agree with that. Steve was going to say that episode could have been an email. Actually, I have a thought on that. I do have a thought on that. 100% go have fun, watch the show and enjoy. Yeah, exactly. A show with proper closure, lightning in the bottle, as old folks say. Yeah. Agreed. What are some shows that close out right without critique and hate? Yeah. Really, the only show that ever comes to mind is Breaking Bad. Like Breaking Bad's the only show I can think of where when it ended, people weren't like, oh, what the F? Like I can't really think of any other shows that ended like that. On a high note.
Yeah, nothing's coming to mind for me at the moment.
Yeah. Like, because then you have shows like what comes to mind, of course, is X-Men, right? X-Men, the original series ended, and it was one of those endings that happens because like the show got canceled, and nothing in the writing was building us up to an ending, so it just happens. A recent show that we loved was Evil. You know, Evil, I think, had another at least 2 seasons in it, but it got canceled, so they had to just wrap it up, and the wrap up was very lackluster. So it's tough. As I enjoy my cherry. I gave it 4 out of 5. They closed out everyone's stories, and they started to feel complete to me, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. What happened to the big white girl glasses? Well, we'll go into spoilers. So if you have not seen Stranger Things season 5 and you don't want it spoiled for you, now is your exit point. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. All right, so spoilers. First,
Yes.
We'll talk about that episode first. The episode everybody critiques, which is when Will comes out the closet. Right. What I will say about that scene is I felt like it was too long of a scene to me, and I could see the whole, like, it could have been an email type thing. I also felt like over the seasons, people kind of already assumed that of him, so I didn't know why it was such a big reveal. However, there was one person's post that changed my mind on the whole thing. And this guy wrote on somebody's meme who was making fun of it and said, "You don't understand, as somebody who grew up and came out in the 80s, it was a big deal because in the 80s is when the HIV, for lack of better phrasing, boom happened." And this one guy in his post it was like a long post. He was like, "You don't understand. Like, people thought if you came out, you automatically had it. Like, that's how scared people were of it." So it was to this one guy who wrote the post, who's a grown ass man now. He was like, it was horrifying to come out because you didn't immediately want to be ostracized by your family, not just for being gay, but for them to be like, "Oh, you must also have HIV," and wanting to, like, "You're out of here," type of thing.
Right.
So he believed that the reason they emphasized it so much in that episode was tied to that moment in time of coming out the closet when people thought it was a death sentence for even you, like, if you touch me, I'm going to get AIDS type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks that's why they wrote it that way. Not just, "I'm gay."
I mean, that kind of makes me rethink it a little bit, but I do still think it just kind of went on too long. Like,
Yeah.
You know, he's crying for the umpteenth time about it. As you said in the past, like, you know, they even flash back, I think, at one point to Mike saying to him,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's not,
I know
my
you don't
fault
like girls.
or whatever. Yeah. Like, it's like the worst kept secret, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, that it just could have been shorter. It's like, and again, like, it goes to a larger thing. Like, you're doing this now.
Right.
You're doing this right now. We've got a lot of shit going on. Like, this should have happened maybe in the first block of episodes that came out, you know? Like, was Vecna in the first block of episodes, actually?
He came out in the final episode.
Oh, yeah, that's where...
in Vecna form.
Control.
But Henry was there. Yeah.
Right. Well, sorry, I use... same.
Yeah, same.
Him in general. Yeah, same guy.
But I assume what you meant was Vecna form.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, if he... I forget if he was, like... Anyway, point being, it could have happened in the first block of episodes, maybe. Like, he could have had a freak out or something because Vecna showed him all of his friends hating him because he's gay. Oh, and just done it. Like, I feel like that wasn't... Because, I mean, let's face it, they're all the stars, but 11 is the star of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we should have been focusing back up on her and what she had to do by that point, like, leading into the series finale. So it was just, good that they finally did it and got it out. No pun intended. Sorry, but yeah, like that's just my main critique. It's like, okay, dude, come on, just spit it out already.
Yeah. One of my 2 complaints on the season is that there was too many, hey guys, like we're about to like end the world right now. Like, why are we having this conversation at this moment? Like,
yeah,
there was too many of those. Like they're trying to blatantly end somebody's story or arc or whatever, where I was like, all right, like even when when they're talking about it on the antenna, like when they're climbing the antenna and Will and Mike have that moment, I'm like now we're really having that? Like you guys haven't even slept in like 72 hours. Like
yeah.
I don't see how this is the moment that you're having this conversation. It'd be the last thing on my mind, to be perfectly honest. If the world's ending,
no, I'm worried about not dying and not
and
saving the world.
I'm
like,
500 feet in the air right now. Like,
yeah,
we'll talk about it later. So I felt like the season had too many heart to heart moments when we already, in a lot of cases, had them. So like, Elle and Harper probably had like 5 heart to hearts this season, where I'm like,
yeah,
we established the whole "I'm not Sarah" thing like 2 seasons ago. Like they've had these conversations, and the only reason that's fresh in my mind is because we did a rewatch going into the season. So that's where there was like so many moments where I'm like, all right, like, dude, you guys got to move on from this thing. Like, trust her already. The chick can flip a train by just thinking about it. Like,
yeah,
get over the whole "I got to protect you" thing. Because that was like a season 2 point of like, I got to protect you. And she's like, no, you got to let me grow up. And we're still talking about that in season 5. So I thought that was...
I forgot that those conversations happened. So,
and that might be why they did it. Because they're also acknowledging it's been so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do it once. You don't keep every other episode or whatever it really was. You don't keep doing it that way.
Yeah.
So,
but
I was surprised they brought back Callie.
The mom? No.
No.
The
sister.
Yeah, the sister.
Hey.
Yeah. You know what it was? To me, certain things were ruined like because of doing YouTube, because like, in doing content creation, you're kind of like watching everything and your algorithm is pushing you all the news and all the whatevers. And the Duffer Brothers had said, oh, before season 5, make sure you catch up on these episodes. And because they mentioned her episode on that list, I was like, oh, well, obviously she's going to be here. So that kind of ruined it for me. But I thought, similar to a U.S. agent moment, you bring this person in and with very little dialogue becomes very hated, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
To me, like that, it's like wrestling, man. If you can get somebody to hate you in wrestling, if you can become a perfect heel in wrestling, that's the ultimate goal. Because now people care about you so much, they want to see you die. And that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So a huge success on that front.
Yeah.
I do love how Hopper, 11, and Nancy are just murdering people.
Yeah.
Throughout like Hopper and 11 more so than Nancy, but when it's time, Nancy's just like, nope, somebody's got to go, and it's not going to be me, and that's it.
I did love how Robin was like, oh, did you join Navy SEALs?
Yeah. That was good. And the meme, like I'd seen the meme of comparing her to Stallone as Rambo when he had the longer hair.
Yeah.
Totally accurate. That's great.
It's funny. Some people were sharing that meme as like a negative, to knock the show. And I was like, that's the whole point of the show. Like the show is almost like everything in the show is an Easter egg to something in the 80s. Obviously she's supposed to be like Rambo.
Yeah.
And they're like, see, like I'm like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like I enjoyed all this stuff. Like I said, the only thing I just wish that he came out a little quicker. That's the only major complaint I have.
Mm-hmm.
That and jumping into the finale, I do, and like I will say this, I've seen the memes and I agree with it. 11 in the other seasons, there's times where she's just, I can't snap my fingers, but she's just on fire. She's just like using her powers, kicking ass and taking names. And it feels like for all the training she was doing and whatnot, it wasn't. I didn't want her to outright just easily defeat Vecna or the Mind Flayer, but I feel like she should have had. It feels like it was a little bit. She wasn't powerful enough. They dumbed her down a little bit, I think, power-wise, and maybe they did that so the show would go, so it would be a bit more believable. But then the final fight too, when she finally wins, I don't know. I was just like, that's it. That's how it's gonna, And then Winona Ryder gets a cool moment.
Yeah.
When she takes the axe and why the hell was he all of a sudden all tree? Like he was more fleshy in season 4, and he's just a straight up tree man in this season. That I was just like, this is interesting.
All right, so a couple thoughts. At one point, 8 does say that 11's getting weaker. She's like, oh, she's been getting weaker, and for whatever reason, that was one of my things. They never went back to, like, why. She drops that, and they kind of move on.
Did she say that in this in
it's
originally or in this?
It's one of the ones when she's talking to Hopper, and Hopper and her are having a conversation on kind of like, he's trying to feel her out, and she drops a nugget about like, you need to trust her because she's actually getting weaker and she needs to be able to concentrate, type of thing.
Oh, I must somehow.
It's very subtle. It's a very like. It's one of those that like I didn't see a lot of content creators like go back to that, but I kind of like when she said it, I was like, oh, is that a smoking gun type of thing? And it ended up not being. And then with him being like all tree, all Groot, it to me it made sense because he was kind of just like on this continual journey of losing himself, of losing all humanity. Like, because don't forget when he arrived in the whatever that world is, he was all burnt up, still fleshy. But then by the time they find him, he's already kind of all vines and stuff. So he was just like progressing towards getting rid of all humanity in him. But I when they established that there was this third world, for one, I was like, okay, well that makes sense because when Vecna tells the story, or Henry tells the story back in season 4, and he's falling through the sky and all the lightning bolts are hitting him and all that stuff, he lands on like that desert planet, and you see the Demogorgons climbing random things and chilling and all that. So I liked that they had their final battle there, because I was like, okay, that explains where that place even was, because when he landed there in the flashback, it wasn't the upside down version of Hawkins. I was like, where is he? Like I thoroughly was like, I don't know where this place is supposed to be. So I like that they established that's where that place was. Yeah. Did that make sense? What I was just saying? I don't know if
I followed.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I did like that part. And then what was the other thing you said? Vecna. Beating him so fast.
Well, no, not that they beat him fast, just that like the final, how she actually, I don't know, like the final battle and how she actually finally gets him felt like, objectively, I guess, impaling him on one of the things inside the Mind Flayer is cool, but I don't know, just that I was just like, wait, that's it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I did think there was going to be more. I thought it was like a fake out. When they get to that world and the Mind Flayer awakens or whatever. So for one, I was like, oh, are they actually doing what the fans thought, which was he's building an army to be able to fight the Mind Flayer? I was like, oh, that's cool. We're actually going to get that. But then when it turns out that he had already, in a way, beat the Mind Flayer and was using the Mind Flayer, I was like, okay, that's actually a cool idea. I do like that concept. But them being there, it was also heavily CGI'd and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like, hey guys, we really need them to fight a big monster. Like it seemed really out of place. Like if I had walked in the room and I didn't know you're watching Stranger Things, I would have been like, oh, what's this like Starship Trooper thing you're watching? And then all of a sudden I see Lucas and I'm like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I felt like that was very out of place. I felt like they could have kept it in a way in the Upside Down. Like I feel like that would have almost been a better bookend for me than introducing a third universe to it. But as far as the battle goes, you know, Demogorgon's not being there and other creatures not being there, I thought was weird. I felt like in my review, when I said the final battle was meh, I was like, oh, they did the whole Mind Flare type thing. We're going to shoot down at it in season 3 when they fought in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
They were on the second floor of the mall throwing the fireworks at her brother. So I was like, oh, we're doing the same thing again, but it's even less believable now because you're like, oh, get to the top of that cliff over there. And it's like, you got there in 2 minutes. How'd you do that? You know?
Yeah.
Versus in the mall, I could be like, oh, I ran up the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was going to bring that up. That's get to the top of that cliff.
Yeah.
What? I don't have any rappelling gear. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. How?
Like,
unless
okay,
they were like, unless
great.
Will was like, oh, I'm going to throw you up there.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If 11 was there outside or something, or if Will had the, I mean, he did, but like, it didn't seem like he can use it too much at that point.
Which was weird to me.
Right? Well, whatever it is, but like for them to have just run off into it and like they show very clearly the Mind Flayers right up Nancy's ass, and they're all still kind of barely scattered away. But okay, yeah, sure, they got up there and everything's cool. Like that was, again, another to be a nitpicky thing. This is like, oh, come on, guys.
Yeah.
And then they had just enough stuff to get them.
Yeah. But hey, you know, in a way, every season they always had just enough, and something random happens to save them every single time.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think,
I mean, that's all my nitpicky shit, I guess.
Yeah. But the nitpicky stuff would have given it like an A+ with honors. You know, like we have to. It's one of those like we all kind of just acknowledge where it is. They had to beat the bad guy. They beat the bad guy, and we moved on. Like it's just yeah.
I will say, I don't know if Linda Hamilton was needed or used properly.
Ooh, agree.
Like that. Like I was excited to hear when she was in there, but I feel like I didn't count it. I'm sure somebody out there has. I feel like she didn't have much screen time, and she could have been portrayed by any other actress.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I'm happy she was in it. Nothing against Linda Hamilton getting work. I just don't. I felt like casting her was like leading up to something big, and nothing happened with her necessarily. Like she's out of the Upside Down, and then like her big final moments is going after a nurse and a paraplegic at that point.
Mm-hmm. I had I was gonna do a meme of when Forrest Gump decided to stop running, and he's like, "Well, I guess I'll go home now." That was gonna be like the U.S. military in Stranger Things season 5, because they just like they're like, "Oh well,
yeah,
all right, I guess we'll see you guys later," like, and they just leave, like just like
it's very
all for
like,
nothing.
Maybe with the kids, it's like, all right, they might let the kids go, but Hopper and all the adults at a minimum, like I don't know if you're ever getting out of that fucking hole that they're gonna throw you in.
Yeah, it was that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, yeah. I think they just needed the checkbox of like, hey, we need somebody to try to throw a wrench in the plans, and
Yeah.
it's just going to be
I
them.
think the other soldier did that fine. The one who ends
He
up,
did.
who 11 interrogates. Like, I think he was, I liked him better as the villain than Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, you almost could have just
So.
kept him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and again, like, whew, they have a body count in this final season, which I was just not really expecting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but I'm not mad about it.
No. Before I get to the comments, any other issues, or I guess, how about this? Happy or upset that nobody died?
Upset. I think that was too big of a with everything that was like, okay, well, not nobody died. Callie died, but none of our main cast dying. I think that was a mistake. Like, like even 11 dying, obviously that was a fake out. So if she had died, that would have been like, whoa, what the fuck? But that's a fake out. I choose to believe that's a fake out. I know some people are saying like, is it really, or is it just him, or like, because like the
it's totally
kryptonite
fake out.
was. You think it was a fake out and she's alive?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, when they're like, oh, for the people who don't who think she really did die, and that's just him thinking, it's like, well, all the kryptonite stuff was pointed out into the real world, so she could have, it would have hurt like hell, run back into the upside down where the stuff isn't pointed, and that's why she could have been okay, and that's why she could have talked to Mike in her mind and everything else. But yeah, no, I think somebody should have bid it. I thought I really like, the only time we came close was when Steve almost fell off the radio, the radio antenna, and I would have been pissed if that was when it was, because it would have been like, oh, he doesn't even get to the final battle or something. Like, he just like, it would have been like he died climbing the friggin' tower that he climbed already earlier in the season. That's horseshit. Like, okay, yeah, it collided with another planet, but yeah, no, at least one or two people should have bit the dust. I don't know who necessarily, but somebody should have.
You know why I was okay with nobody biting it in this one? I felt like it was the perfect 80s homage that all the kids go into this adventure and all the kids leave.
Okay, that's a good point I had to consider.
That was a stretch. Like, that was, I didn't think about that till they were on graduation. And I was like, oh. I was like, all these movies that this series bit off of, when you think about the kids section of them, with the exception of like a My Girl, for example, like everything else, the kids come into the movie and they leave the movie. And the only time one of the kids doesn't leave the movie really is E.T. when he goes home. But, everybody still lives, including the alien child. So I thought it was, I like that part. I immediately was like, oh, we're not going to get a Steve, or not, we're not going to get a Eddie return. Like, people thought he was going to be like a vampire, like from Dungeons and Dragons. At one point I was like, oh, because they said that there's the upside down and then there's this like hell beyond the upside down. Does that mean there's also like a heaven beyond the right side up? Will an Eddie show up and pull Conan the Barbarian and be like, who wants to live forever? And it's Eddie, like I thought they might pull something like that. But otherwise I was like, you know what? All of them living through this trauma and then having to pretend life's normal after that, I'm okay with that.
Fair enough. I would have liked Eddie and the brother to come back as mind
flayers,
mind fuckery. I can't think of the right word.
Like,
but yeah,
in 11's mind.
Yeah, like Vecna. Well, Vecna torturing Max and Dustin.
Yeah,
with that, and I also like this is just like stuff I've seen where it's like when Steve was laying out his plan in the radio, that's the first time on screen he's talked to 11, or like little things like that. I'm like, that can't be true, can it? But
Yeah.
It might be for all I know. But yeah, I mean, no. Like I said, notwithstanding everything we just said, 8 out of 10 for the series, and I think that's what I said for the finale. Did I say 9 out of 10 for the finale? Whatever I said.
No, you did.
I stick to whatever I said before.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with it. Bring on the spin-offs. I'll be more excited about these spin-offs than the inevitable Fast and the Furious spin-offs. I'm more excited about these spin-offs than Doomsday.
Ooh. I don't disagree. Yeah. I don't disagree. I know you have to jet. I'm sorry. I only just saw your message.
All good.
So
yeah, I'm gonna let you wrap up alone. I have work early, so
nice.
Thank you for having me.
As always, yeah.
I will get to the unboxing and assembly, the unboxing of the Ecto and the assembly of some RGB stuff as soon as I can.
Appreciate all the work you do for us in real life and in YouTube world.
Thank you very much.
That is the Rambling Nerd, everybody. Make sure you give him a follow on Instagram and all that fun stuff. It's funny in this app, and then I'll get to the comments about the season from you guys. In this app, there's like a side window that shows me, his camera and like whoever the guest is, and like if other guests come in, and there was a red dot that popped up, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but so far there's no errors. And then I finally click on the red dot, and it was him saying he needs to wrap up the episode. And I forgot he said that earlier. I think we were supposed to wrap like an hour ago with him. And I didn't notice that that's what that dot meant, is that there's a chat with the guest and he had typed in it. So shame on me. But yeah, that was Anthony, the Rambling Nerd. I do want to do that build series. I feel like you guys are down for that too, of just us both building our RGB packs. I got to start printing it first, but that should be a good time. All right, let's catch up with the chat, and then we'll wrap the episode. So I think we stopped around here. Yeah, Beth. Tony said, LMAO, yo, what was with Finn's story at the end, giving everyone a happy ending, but will you go off and be gay and that's it? LOL. Oh yeah, that was his. Yeah. Everybody else had like some sort of thing, and for him they were just like, yeah, kind of odd, kind of on the nose. But again, my perspective of that whole Will thing changed with that person's comment on Threads. Which, by the way, Threads is like my new favorite media app. But as far as like the algorithm goes. But if not for that person's perspective of the Will coming out thing, I probably would have viewed it differently. And I remember how I felt in real time. But seeing that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Based on where this was in real life time, as like 89? Was 89 graduation and then like 87 was the season? I can't remember. Because I know there's The Last Crusade. Was that when Robin's doing the recap at the end? They mentioned that. I wish they would have referenced Ghostbusters. That would have made more sense because we had Ghostbusters in season 2. But anyway, moment in time in real life, I was like, okay, I could see where this meant to somebody at that time period. Therefore, I see what you did. The plan making every 30 minutes were probably too repetitive. Yeah. I know they are D&D based, but everyone had a chance to say Will is a Bringle can, Max is a bull, and Dustin's a microphone, and thought it. Just became a joke at one point. Yeah. Did you see Millie Bobby Brown was the only one not at the screening for the cast? Oh, I didn't know that. Did you see I shared it today, the conspiracy theory that David Harbour was not in the scene with Winona Ryder at the end, or the scene in the cabin that he CGI'd into it. seeing the clip afterwards, I was like, oh, I can totally see that. They were fighting the flare like a boss battle. Yeah. Her jumping to go into it was very familiar from something else, and I could not place it. I saw the thing where people said, oh, the Mind Flayer looked like the machine from Wild Wild West. But I swear, like her jump and the position she was in going into it, it was another movie, and it's been killing me for like the last 24 hours trying to think of what that was from. It's not Trinity, but Trinity from Blade. Not Blade Trinity. Trinity from Matrix. I know it's not that, but I don't know. For some reason, that always comes to my head. Base fully 3D printed. Still start more tomorrow for the wand. Nice. First sight of Linda was whoa. Lasted that long. Yeah. Yeah, the other dude who was in Aliens, I can't remember his name, who to this day is he's tied up to a radiator somewhere in the desert. I felt like him being in that role in the series as paying homage to him being the scientist in Aliens made more sense than the Linda Hamilton cameo here. Like if Linda Hamilton was here and was, blasting left and right, doing things or fighting something, would have been a better homage to Sarah Connor than what we got. If that makes sense. Military was glorified target practice. No PTSD for the high schools. Yeah, high school kids. It was another scenario where at a certain point I was like, why are we still trying to stop these kids? Like we all saw the Demogorgons wreck house. Why are we still trying to go against these kids? If anything, that should have been, I feel like there's another movie where the military finally backs the heroes. Is it Ghostbusters I'm thinking of? I don't think it's that. When the military finally backs whoever the main group or person is, and they're like, we're going to help you get to your goal. I feel like that's where we should have been here. It should have been a moment of like, all right, superpower girl, can you fight these things? You can. We're going to make sure you get there and stop this thing. And collectively, we all shut down whatever it is you guys know. You know about this more than we do. We're going to help you stop whatever that is. That just wrecked house. So them still running interference was just, somebody needed to be there to run interference, and they chose the military. Steve could have fell off the tower and nothing would have changed. Facts. That's facts. He had no other major part in the end battle. Yeah, that sucked. Goonie survived. Yeah. And every single bye to Tony. I do use threads more next now. Yeah. 1,000%. Build series. Yep. Heading to bed. Have a good night. Yes. Thank you, Vamp Gothic. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. Oh, Captain Jack Sparrow. He does that where they decide to help him. It might have happened, but that's not what I'm thinking of because I haven't seen all those movies. I've only seen the first one. So there's something else where they're just like, the military is like, all right, we're going to help you now. And I wish I could remember. But, that's one of the other of the many plot point. I never got to that point, actually. I have a list of, open Easter egg or open plot threads. But the one that really bothers me is we never went back to address how was it that the Demogorgons were able to easily just at a certain point rip through a random wall to go for whoever they're going for. Like Wanda does that jump. All right. It could be that one. We never go back to that. Like, we kind of establish that, based on the logic of the show, the Upside Down is this chaos plane created by the events of 11 and 1. And then the Mind Flayer somehow gets to that. And I know they left the Mind Flayer stuff opened for a spinoff with Henry, I'm assuming, to explain how that scientist got there, right in the cave. But they never addressed, like, how did we get to the point that they could easily jump through from the Upside Down to the real world, just tearing a hole open? Considering they're not even from the Upside Down. They're from a whole nother thing. And how did they get from that to the Upside Down? Did they just jump and they could somehow land? Did Vecna bring those? Did Vecna bring the bats with him? Did the Mind Flayer go to the Upside Down and then Vecna got, like, the whole Upside Down creatures getting to the real world? We never really covered how that was a thing. So that's where I feel like the introduction of this third dimension caused more issues, because it opened up a whole new problem to solve where we hadn't even established the rules of the Upside Down. We just kind of, it was what it was. But that's part of why I was saying earlier, to me, season 5 solidified the concept and the acknowledgement that Vecna was not an idea in the first 3 seasons. He was not a person. He was not on paper. The concept of Vecna wasn't a thing. It was just the Mind Flayer. So when you watch season 1, 2, and 3, and Max's brother is the Mind Flayer, personified in reality. That's they were still just battling the Mind Flayer at that point. And there's this creature on this other dimension trying to get us. Season 4, all of a sudden Vecna is now a factor here. And that's a hard thing to try to solve. The studio tells you need this thing. It wasn't part of the plan. You got to figure it out. So what I did hope was going to happen, though, in the season, progression-wise, once they introduced that now we're battling in Vecna's mind, which is a whole nother world they opened up, it was going to be like Inception, where they had to, like, do a battle here, complete to get back to this one, complete to get back to this one, complete to get back to that one. And almost like an Endor type thing, too. Shield battle has to happen to take down the shield, to shore the Death Star, while also on the Death Star another battle's happening. I thought we were going to do that, and we didn't really. It kind of, but not really. But like I said, we kind of had to get to a point where we just, it is what it is. That's the ending we got. That's what they wrote. That's how they viewed it. And as creators, especially, I feel like we all know what it's like to say, I got to just stop working on this thing and release it. I got to just stop. They stopped where they stopped. They stopped where they stopped. And we need to sometimes just chill out. Just chill out. It's crazy how they left the plot hole opens for another 10 years of side stories. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the story of how they got the Upside Down, the scientist thing, I don't know if that's addressed on the Broadway play. It might be. Who knows? But overall, it is what it is. We got what we got. And it could have been way worse. seeing how we got so many other franchise endings and whatnot, you kind of got to just be like, whatever. And when I saw that guy's review yesterday, his live stream, and how he was going in on the show, I was like, bro, we got to move on. We just have to. Actually talking to my friend Matt and talking about the sequel trilogy, it's one of those, like, at a certain point, you just got to move on. It is what it is. That's the movie. That's how they did the trilogy. Like it for what it was. Move on. So, 10 years of side stories filmed over the next 25 years. If it's 10 years of side stories, it's going to be over 100 years. That's how the timeline works for them. That's for sure. Cool. Sorry, I was just checking out my print I have going on. But that's a wrap. That's an episode. I appreciate all of you for hanging out on this unannounced, although it's our regular day, live stream. And I do greatly apologize for a lack of content over the last month. Really slowed down. I guess the best way to say it is just living in the moment, like working downstairs to get the workshop, for lack of better phrasing, good to go for working on stuff like this, even working on this one, like I printed this so that maybe I could do some sort of video where I'm like before and after. But just like working on this thing, listening to music or listening to, YouTube videos and sanding and painting and talking to Rex, and it was just fun just to not be thinking about the camera angles, lighting, how am I going to edit this? How am I going to tell the story? All that stuff. Let me see if I can put this on, actually. I printed out 2 sets of visors. Hopefully I don't ruin this by trying to put this on. I might. So I'm not going to press too hard. Just going to rest it in there. And you'll see how this is like slightly too small. There you go. So still kind of works. I made the joke that I'm ready for people to confuse me as Jordy Frozone, right? Is that his name from Incredibles? And somebody else with a visor. But overall, pretty good. And I can see you guys pretty clearly. I was going to do red tint over plastic for the visor, but I think this mesh thing works perfectly fine. So there you go. Trying to be careful with it so I don't smudge the paint. Stevie Wonder, yeah, exactly. But yeah, we have, like I said, we have a whole bunch of other things that we're working on. Now that I'm like dialed in some of the print settings, I'll start documenting a build for all of you. And the other last thing, I do want to do I said I was going to do slime for Ghostbuster content. So that'll happen at some point. I was gifted this for Christmas. And I think I'm going to do some sort of like hot sauce video on the channel. Maybe it'll be a live. We'll see. So let me know. Let me know what I should do. But it's been a good year. 2025 was a good year. 2026 is going to be even better. We're going to keep growing this community. Going to keep growing the channel. And with the help of all of you guys, I'll have more ideas of things to create on the channel. So, as always, thanks for being a part of Nerd Affiliated. And we're back on our BS every Thursday, 8:15ish p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. Daily Planets. Maybe I can get one tomorrow, but I probably won't start doing them again until next week. But I might try to get some extra lives in. More than one a week. I don't know. I might try doing that again. We'll see. It's all a learning experience. We all do this. We have fun together. We grow together. I'll try to get some more unboxings done as well. But yeah, this year it's gonna be a very 3D printy year for us. Dave, send me that file for the logo, the label, all that stuff. I think that's it. Appreciate all of you. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year. Like, comment, subscribe. Talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace. I'm out of here.
Specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Yeah, come on, push a button. Push a goddamn button.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.